Kutumela's co-accused, her 27-year-old daughter, Flora Shokane, and Kutumela's 47-year-old sister, Anna Shokane, face 3 counts of money laundering and 3 of betting from proceeds of crime. Kutumela made her second appearance before court on murder and insurance fraud charges. She was accompanied by her daughter and sister in the dock. The pair allegedly benefited from Kutumela's killing spree. The matter was postponed to the 30th and 31st of October and the 1st of November for formal bail application. Kutumela is believed to have targeted people who were destitute and those with physical and mental disabilities. Lesiba Thobakgale from the South African Police Union national spokesperson joins us now via our video link for more on this conversation. Lesiba, thank you so much for your time this evening. I mean, one would say that this feels again like deja vu, where we have a police officer who's facing fraud charges when it comes to insurance claims.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Good evening to yourself and to your viewers. It is unfortunate to what happened involving a member of the South African Police Services who is working at Senwabarwana police station here in Limpopo. And we clearly say that we are clearly condemning such acts, any form of criminality being committed by a member of the South African Police Services or any law enforcement, including that could be committed by members of society. We condemn any act because everybody has a right to life, and it is unfortunate that it is incidents like this that ultimately happens to taint the image of the South African Police Services or the law enforcement fraternity at large. And we also want to mention outrightly that there is quite a good work that is being done by majority of the police. An example, it is the member who was investigating this case for that team to clearly crack the case and even come to such an arrest. That clearly shows that the police themselves, they are not afraid to even police one of their own. So it is an unfortunate situation, but we are saying that it should not really taint the good image of the South African Police Services, because we have a lot of police officers who are doing what is expected of them, who clearly understand that the day they accepted the oath that they will serve and protect, they live by that oath of office to say that they will serve and protect the inhabitants of the Republic and also their property. And also, we should not view an incident like this, which is an isolated incident, and just take a whole blanket approach to assume that all police officers indeed happens to be involved in criminal activities, because we have a lot of them who are really doing what is expected out of them. But it is unfortunate that such an incident is being investigated and the arrests that are made, which include a police officer.
And I mean, Lesiba, you're saying that we shouldn't use this as a blanket approach on police officers, and this is an isolated matter. But one would say that this police station, the Senwabarwana police station, this is not the first time it actually deals with a matter like this. And one would say that it's seemingly becoming a trend even for the police station itself. And, why would you say that, we see some police officers even resorting or even thinking about, committing crimes of this nature?
Unfortunately, like we mentioned, that everyone has a right to life and everyone has the right to be protected within the borders of the Republic of South Africa. And we cannot indeed, as a union, pinpoint to say this could be the cause, which we believe that the investigations, as we have seen even more arrests, which are including people who are not even police officers. I think what we heard is that one is a nurse and also another one is a daughter of the other suspect who has been arrested. So we cannot clearly be at a point where indeed the investigations are still on and the matter is going to stand before the court. That is why we are saying we will allow the courts and will allow the law to take its course, and whatever outcome that would really come out of this, we would accept it, even though it is unfortunate that such a situation is there, and no one can even justify to say they would, commit such types of crimes for whatsoever reason, because everyone, like we said, has a right to life.
And how concerned are you, when it comes to such acts of crime, particularly, when some of, police officials are even involved? One would say that it's really quite concerning.
Yeah, clearly, remember, there is a trust deficit that exists between the members of society and also the police. And as an organization, we are really, pushing this issue to say we need to really keep on restoring the relationship between the society and the police. And such incidents are the ones that seems to be taking us aback when we are really trying to make progress in making sure that community policing forums within our communities, they really become active, so that the community also become active in policing. It is not only being left to be a duty that is being done by the police, because the police alone would not be able clearly to do their job without the society, because they are even policing the very same society that we are living in, the very same society that we are working under, the very same society that we have a responsibility to protect. So it is indeed, really bringing even more cracks into the trust deficit that is there. And we are saying that we are pleading to the community that let us treat incidents as isolated, because we really need one another. The police and the members of society need one another in order to fight one enemy, which is crime.
And of course, we've also noticed some of the reports, particularly also coming out from the likes of the KwaZulu-Natal province, where some police officers were actually in a shootout with another police officer. What needs to be done to ensure that we root out this corruption within the police force?
When you are in a situation, you go to a shop, you buy a bag of potatoes, and when you open it, you go and you find that there are one or two that happen to be rotten. You don't throw everything away, but you isolate those ones, and then you continue to use the other ones for quite a good work that you would have wanted them for. So it is the very same in this case, to say where there happen to be criminal elements within the South African police services, we have seen management taking steps accordingly to make sure that those who are in the service are those who really have integrity to serve our society. And we are also saying that under those types of circumstances, the law should be allowed to take its course, meaning that there would be investigations, and indeed, if one has to go through the disciplinary processes, they would do so that ultimately it could be found to say whether, indeed, are they guilty or not. But it also becomes unfortunate that as a police officer, when you are, telling yourself that you are dealing with criminals, and then you happen to find one, more especially in a shooting incident, being one of your own. So that means that the very same one is the one who abandoned their oath for them to be in a shootout with one of their own. With a perpetrator who is a police officer shooting at the police, whom are trying their level best to really deal with high levels of crime that we are experiencing in South Africa. So that one would have abandoned their oath. They would have even, left their ethics that they should be abiding by. And we are just making a call to our members to remind them to say that there is an oath that one has taken, there are ethics that are there within the South African police services. One has to abide by them, because being a police officer, it is a calling. It is not just only a job. Yes, one do get paid for the job, but moreover, what comes first, it is the calling.
All right.
Because of the nature of the job itself.
All right, Lesiba, thank you so much for your time and for your contributions tonight. That is Lesiba Thobakgale. He's the spokesperson for the South African Union National spokesperson, rather.